You like my romantic lighting, my mood lighting? This is romantic laptop lighting. Moon River, wider than a mile. What should we talk about today? Oh, let's talk about what I did today. So, first, a question that I know is going to come up. Why aren't you including, Caleb, on the video all these banks and attorneys and things like that? Well, guess what happens when you walk into an attorney's office or a bank and you got your phone or camera out and you're saying, hey, look, I'm going to put you on my website. I'm an Americano. Isn't that great? They're like, yeah, no, fuck off. No thanks. So, sorry, I can't do that. Maybe I'll get some footage of some attorneys outside the office like what happened today. But that's the best I'll be able to do. So today was banking day, first day of banking day. I may have other banking days. So this is one scenario where you can learn from my failures and not repeat the mistakes that I've made. When you go to a foreign country and you want to open a foreign bank account, with exceptions, but these are rare exceptions, you don't want to do it by yourself. You want someone in the country to help you, specifically an attorney or a banker or someone like that. It will save you all kinds of time. I will describe why in a second. But just trust me on this. Now, there have been scenarios where I've opened a foreign bank account and it was fine. But more often than not, a lot more often than not, it takes hours and hours and hours and hours. And at the end of the hours and hours and hours, often they say, sorry, we can't help you. Or they say, you got to fly back to your country and get this document and fly back here and then maybe we can help you. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Believe me, I've done this several times, including here in Panama when I was here last time. Tried to open a bank account unsuccessfully. Went to 2 different banks, spent hours and hours of my time, got nowhere. They're very friendly and they're very helpful. And I have no complaints about how they treated me. They're great, but they couldn't do it. Or they didn't want to do it or whatever. So what I did this time was I paid an extra little fee for my attorneys, the attorneys who were handling all my residency stuff, to actually be an advocate representative for me for a bank, and they work with banks they already have relationships with. So today, the attorneys actually picked me up at my hotel. There was one of the junior attorneys there, a guy named Michele, who is from Italy and actually hailed from Sicily, and my family hails from Sicily. So we got along immediately. We were buddies instantly. I actually pulled out Google Maps and showed him the specific village where my family is from, and he knew it. It was great. So we had a long talk. It was great. He speaks Italy. He speaks Italian and Spanish and English. And so we drove there. We got into the bank, and when I scheduled this appointment, it was about 3 o'clock today. Yeah. I put in my schedule. We're going to be there. I said we're going to be there for at least 3 hours. At least 3 hours. This is a 3-hour thing, probably 4 hours. It's going to take forever, and I just kind of braced myself. I brought my laptop so I could do some work while I'm there, while I'm waiting. So we get to the bank, and we walk in, and he goes right up to the bank, the lead banker guy, and does the Spanish, taco burrito. The only Spanish words I have are food. So taco burrito, arroz con pollo, mucho queso. They're speaking their Spanish. We sit down and wait for about 7-8 minutes. They call us in. We sit down with the primary banker, who actually spoke English, but it didn't matter. The attorney did all the speaking for me. He just kind of laid it all out. This is a relationship they already had. He's a foreigner setting up a bank account, blah, 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 blah. And so this is something else I did. Again, learn from my errors. A lot of times, actually most of the time, when you go through these kinds of processes, banks and attorneys will tell you that you need a bunch of paperwork that you need to bring down with you in paper, not electronic. And then you'll get there, you'll print all this stuff out, you'll collate it, you'll pack it all, you'll finally get there, you'll hand it to them, and they'll say, oh, we don't need that. We just need this one piece of paper here, thanks. You have this stack of paper you throw in the trash after all that time and effort. So I have learned, now this is attorneys and banks, this is not government offices. Government offices, when they say they need X, Y, and Z, they usually need X, Y, and Z. But bankers and attorneys, when they say they need all these documents, they often don't. So what I've learned to do is, including today, the staffer at the attorney's office who I worked with yesterday, a young lady from Nashville, who is now here on the same program that I'm on, the Panama Friendly Nations visa. She lives here now, she's an American. She said, okay, now make sure when you go to the bank that you bring your bank recommendation letter, which I did have. Make sure you bring your W-2s for 2 years of taxes. Make sure you bring, I think it was 6 months of bank statements, and I have a lot of bank accounts. So that's 6 months of bank statements is a lot of paperwork. And I said, well, electronic. She goes, no, it's better if you print them out. I said, oh, okay, I'll bring them out. I'll print them out. I'll bring them. I didn't do it. I just made sure I had them available on my laptop ready to go. The only physical piece of paper I brought to the bank was a banking recommendation letter from my bank, one of my banks in the United States. And at this particular bank, can't tell you which bank it is, sorry, I have about 5 different accounts, and 2 of the accounts have a lot of money on them, so it made me look pretty good. So it's just a bank letter on their letterhead saying, yes, Caleb Jones is a customer of long standing for 12, 15 years, and here are the bank accounts and blah, blah, blah. Just a basic thing. And a signature from the bank manager. And that's all it is. That's the only physical piece of paper I brought. I brought my laptop. And as I've talked about before, I always Wi-Fi tether my, or Wi-Fi, not tether, I hotspot, I used to tether. I Wi-Fi hotspot my laptop to my phone. So no matter where, and I'm always on an international data plan. So no matter where I am, I always have internet for my laptop, even if I'm in the middle of nowhere. As long as I have cell phone service, I have internet for my laptop. So we sat down with the banker after waiting for about 7-8 minutes, and I had to give him my passport. I had to give him my driver's license. He went and took copies of those. He talked to my attorney guy. They did most of the talking. He talked to me a little bit, but not much. I had to fill out one form, a very brief form, my name, address, phone number, basic contact information. And then he said, I would like, let's see, do you have tax returns? And I said, I have a company. I have a corporate entity with multiple companies, and then I have my my personal return. So I have 2 returns. Would you like my personal return or my business return or both? And he said, well, you're opening a personal account, so we only need your personal return. I said, great. So I had it right there on my laptop. I fired it off to him. He handed me his email. I use encrypted email, so these are tax returns, so I encrypted them, made sure he got it, made sure he could decrypt it with my passwords. He brought it up on the screen. Cool. I said, do you need bank statements? He goes, no, I don't need them. As I thought. So I said, do you need anything else? No, we're good. So I signed that document as they're going. I'm filling out that form. I sign it and I hand it to him. It's about, maybe we sat at his desk maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes. And he goes, okay, we're done. I said, we're done? And I said it like that. He goes, we're done? He said, yeah, we're done. He said, you have to come back tomorrow to sign two documents. Tomorrow or Thursday. You have to come back and sign 2 pieces of paper, but we're done. Yeah, we're done. I'm like, you have no idea how happy this makes me. Time is my currency. So something I thought would take 3 to 4 hours took about 20 minutes. We were in and out of there in 20 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. I'm like, awesome. This is fantastic. We were out of there. I was back in my hotel room. I could get back to work. It was beautiful. I couldn't believe it. So hiring someone to help you set up bank accounts. This is a world of difference from the last time I was here and other countries I've tried this in, including countries I consider very friendly, like Hong Kong and places like that. Oh my God, what a difference. So always use someone if you can to help you open a bank account. Now, the big question is, how much did you pay these attorneys to help you out with this process? They charged me an extra $100 US for this entire service to be a bank liaison. I would have paid $200. I would have paid probably $300. I may have paid more than $300. That's to save 3-4 hours of my time, in addition to making sure that the first bank we visit, we know it'll work out. It's not like when I do this by myself and I go to one bank, it doesn't work, I go to another bank, it doesn't work, got to go to a third bank, maybe that third bank works, maybe. No. And based on what I make per hour, spending $100 to save 3 hours of my time, I would do it 10 times over. I would do it all day long if I could. Hell to the yes. So very, very happy with that. Oh my God, great. So that's it for the banking. All I have to do now is I have to go back tomorrow, or today is Tuesday. I have to go back either tomorrow or Thursday. And what I have to do is just sign a piece of paper that actually opens the account. Then I have to do a wire transfer from my bank account to their bank. They only take either wire transfers or cash. And they need about $1,500 cash. And it's not money that I need to spend. I'll just put it in the account. Later I can just take it back out again. So it's not a big deal. And that's it. And I'm done with the bank. So I'm almost done. So the next piece of this is, let's see, what do I have to do after this? I have to go to immigration. So the attorney is going to take me there. They're going to take care of me while I'm there. I'm going to the immigration services here in Panama. And then I have to finish my Panamanian corporation. And then I'm done for the moment. I'm done for this visit. And then I'll probably have to come back here, I would say 3-4 months from now. So what is this? This is June, July, August, September. So September. I got a lot of stuff going on in September. September, October, I'll probably have to be back here. Maybe November. It's kind of up to me, but I want to get this over with. So that's it. And the next visit, when I come back here, will be very quick. It's just really me signing a few things, and I think they take your fingerprint or take a picture and you're done. So that was it for today. After that visit, I went right to the mall to go buy underwear. Underwear? What the hell? Yes, I think I mentioned this before. Maybe I haven't. When I travel, so I am here on this trip. I was in, I was in LA for 3 days. I had to do some business there. Then I came down here. I'm going to be here for 9 days. And I'm in, Paraguay for another 8 or 9 days. So this is a 3-week trip for me. And so I only pack with one bag. And one of the ways in which I make that work is I only pack about 4, 5, 6 pairs of underwear. That's it. And I just throw them away as I use them. Because how expensive is underwear? It's cheap. Okay? So I just throw it away and I buy new underwear once a week or so. So I just went to the mall to go I bought 9 pairs of underwear, most of which I'll probably throw away. And when I'm in Paraguay, I'll buy some more underwear. Well, does that cost a lot of money? No, it's underwear. It's cheap. And I just add it to my travel budget. So I have a little line item on travel budget, $37 or $40 on a 3-week trip for underwear. Okay, great. It saves me a lot of packing. I used to, years ago, when I first started traveling internationally, did this for several years. I would bring just a stack of underwear that wasn't folded, just a huge stack of 20, 30 pairs of underwear, and I have to roll it up and put it in my bag, and it caused me to use bigger bags. Fuck that. I bring 4 or 5 pairs of underwear, and I just know that at some point in my visit, I'm going to have to go to the mall and buy a pair of underwear, or 9, 10 pairs of underwear, or whatever, and maybe do that once or twice. I just do that as part of an easy travel experience. And it allows me to go check out malls and check out the experience and experience the country and all that good stuff. Now, a question that I know I'm going to get. I got this question every time I talk about a new country. And they've asked this question of me before because I was in Panama last year. Are the girls hot? Are the girls hot in Panama? Yes, they're hot. They're very hot here. And if you like the curvy look that we don't have a lot of in the Western world where the white girls live, United States, Canada, Europe, you will love it down here. It's not quite as good as Colombia, but it's still very, very good. Now, let me clarify when I say the girls are hot here. What happens all the time on the internet with guys is they will read on some kind of expat forum or pickup artist forum or hooker guy forum. What do you call those guys who bang hookers? Is there a word for that? I don't know. They will read people say, oh, you got to go to blank country. All the girls in blank are super hot. You'll love it in blank. You go in blank, and man, there's hot girls everywhere in blank. So these guys, they save up $1,200, they fly to blank, and they walk out of the airport, they walk downtown, they look around, and go, where are all the hot girls? I don't see any hot girls. These guys lied to me. It's full of shit. This is bullshit. That's not how it works. With rare exception, that is not how it works. When women are hot in a country, most countries that are like that, Panama included, Colombia included, most countries, you're going to have to look around a little bit. It's not like there's women all over the fucking place and you can just walk around, there's mobs of hot chicks everywhere. It's very, very rare. Are there exceptions? Yes, there are exceptions. Let me think. In terms of the cities that I have been to, there's 3. Okay? 3, and I've been to 70, 80 different cities all over the planet. So out of 70, 80 cities that I've been to all over the world, there's 3, and even it's portions of 3 that I can think of where not only are the women hot, but they're all over the place. So that would be, I'll tell you where they are. That would be some parts of Los Angeles, some parts of Tokyo, Japan, some parts of Miami, particularly Miami Beach. Those 3 areas. And it's not just the whole city, it's certain areas where, yes, you can go to a mall or just walk around and there's just hot girls everywhere. That's it, in my experience. That's it. Every other country that has lots of hot women, or city, I should say, that has lots of hot women, you're going to have to look around a little bit. And they are very hot, and there's a lot of them, but it's not like mobs them all over the fucking place. That's not how it works. Cities where there are hot girls, like Panama City, like just about any city in Colombia, like Sydney, Australia. There are lots of really attractive women in these cities, but you have to go around and look for them. You have to do a little legwork. They're not going to come to you, but they're here. Oh yeah, no question about that. Oh my God. Speaking of girls, another question I'm going to get is, where's Pink Firefly? Well, Pink Firefly didn't want to come on this trip, and as you can imagine, she's a girl. So if you ask a girl, hey girl, do you want to go to Paraguay? The girl's like, yeah, no, right? Yeah, no. Now if you say, hey girl, do you want to go to Italy? Oh yeah, oh my God, oh Italy. So it depends on where you're going. If you say you're going to Europe, obviously your girlfriend / wife / whatever, FB, MLTR, you're not going to go on an international trip with an FB or MLTR unless you're doing something very odd. But anyway, yes, they're going to be very excited. But you go to like South America, you go to like Southeast Asia, women generally speaking, and yes, I know there are exceptions, really don't give a shit. So she had no interest in going to Panama or Paraguay. When we go to Europe in November, she will definitely be coming. Of course. Of course. Are you kidding? How can she say no to that? So no, I'm alone on this trip. Here's something interesting. Panama is extremely Americanized in relation to, I should say, other Central American countries and South American countries. So there are a lot of Americans here and there are a lot of white people here, more than you would expect in a Central/South American country. So what I have noticed, which is really different about Panama versus other Latin countries, is that when I go to a Latin country, starting with Mexico and going south from there, I'm so white, no one there expects me to speak Spanish. They just don't, right? As soon as I walk into a store or any kind of establishment, they assume that I don't speak a word of Spanish. I do speak Spanish. I just speak food, mucho queso, arroz con pollo. So I speak food, but I don't speak Spanish. They assume that, and they don't try to they don't walk up and start speaking Spanish. That's not true in Panama. In Panama, I have had multiple experiences in all of my visits where clearly Panamanian people, I will walk into an establishment and they'll walk right up to me and just start speaking in Spanish. And when I say Inglés, they go, oh, okay. They're not surprised, they run into that too, but they don't make the assumption that because I'm white, I don't speak Spanish, which is the only country, Latin country, one of the few countries actually, outside of Europe, outside of the white people countries, where that happens. Asia too, when I go to Asia, they take one look at me and they know I don't speak Chinese or whatever. They don't even bother. Japanese, what have you. So that's the easy part. So it's interesting in Panama that I have to explain to a lot of people, I don't speak Español, no Español, or poquito Español, grande, pequeño, grande, poquito, poquita, whatever the fuck, something like that. I have to learn Spanish. And thank God I have 5 years to learn it instead of 3. I thought I had 3 years to learn it, I have 5. I talked to the attorney about it yesterday. He goes, you need to learn Spanish, you got 5 years. Thank God. Thank God. I got to learn Spanish though in order to get not my residency, my citizenship in Panama. That part of the test that you take, you actually talk to another human and they want to know that you speak at least basic Spanish. You don't speak good Spanish, but you got to speak basic Spanish. So I got 5 years to learn how to speak basic Spanish, which shouldn't be a problem. Just yet another project on the project list. So that's about it for today. I'll do another video or two, definitely tomorrow and probably the day after that. At least the next 2 days of videos. I'm probably going to be doing banking/immigration stuff over the next 3 days. Yeah, I kind of have to because I only have the weekend and I'm here for a day and a half and I'm off to Paraguay. And I'll do more videos there. See you.